this. Alright, it's already got that. Then voice test. Okay, I can hear myself. You try talking? No, it's not letting you go through.
All units, report of a break-in.
That's good. Do you have it set to allow party chat in the video?
It should be. Share party audio, yeah. God damn. Broadcast settings. Advanced settings. Audio sharing settings. Share party audio is checked.
Officers needed in Hudson Town.
Okay.
Alright, testing. Is it coming through?
Yep.
There we go, it was on my end. Okay, cool.
Alright. Now, while we wait
Gotta go
for
to party
other
settings
people.
for that.
Hello, magician. Doing some of
Hello.
the setup, which I'm sure is everybody's favorite part of the stream, since I don't know how to, like, remove it from the videos later.
Well, that's what editing comes in, but for a live stream, that's not exactly something you can do.
Yeah.
And besides, you're not using any streaming software like, what's it called? OBS. So, but you still have to set it up anyway.
I
So.
just have to.
Well, you'd have to connect a whole bunch of things. Like you have to have the footage from your PlayStation go into your computer and have it run through OBS and have OBS running on and have it broadcasting on Twitch and yeah.
We'll just stick with what I'm doing right now. Disarm
Which
enemies,
works, yeah.
whip through.
Hello there, magician.
Yes, I will do introductions here soon.
Yeah, we still got a
still
few
have new
minutes,
stuff?
so give people time to enter.
We don't have a few minutes, we have a minute.
Well, it's only 6:58 on my end, so technically we have 2 minutes.
Yeah, 2
and
minutes.
Counting.
Oh well. That's fine. Photo mode.
Yeah, you're rocking out the Future Foundation suit there.
That's the wrong button. Alright, gonna be blue screen for a moment. Okay. Can I not, like, upload the picture? You see, that's screenshot, save video clip.
Oh, you have to go into share and then screenshot. And then you can upload it onto whatever account you have connected to your PlayStation account. So, like for me, I have. Facebook and Twitter connected, or you can also share it on activities, messages, and communities.
Facebook.
You got that. So, but otherwise, no.
It's gonna be like my favorite advertisement yet for my stream. just did this selfie thing of Spider-Man, saying that the stream is up. Alright, so yes, it is 4 o'clock and time to get going. So, the other person that is in the PlayStation chat with me is my friend Spider.
Hello, hello.
They are a good person that is slightly annoying at times.
Oh, please. I am a horrible person that's annoying all the time. You gotta get it right.
Yeah, but then I'm the jackass, so it's better if you say it. That way everybody knows it's true. And it's not just me being a mean friend. I have to give you the benefit of the doubt. That way I actually have some nice looking points or whatever. Hello, Ash. Welcome.
Hello there, Ash. And yes, you now have a voice to the name that is Spider Guy. So, yeah. Prepare to be tormented for, what, an hour or two?
An hour, at least.
Yeah.
I hit the wrong button. Let's see.
And then you get a break for an hour, and then you can come back and have your ears be shot again by my so fabulous voice.
Nasty car wreck down there. People might be hurt.
Oh no, it's a car wreck. Must hurry.
Don't panic. I'm here. Oh God, please help. I'm trapped.
Thank you.
Ah!
Help me! Please!
Or what?
Hurry, it's gonna blow!
Victims are out of danger. Let the EMTs do their
I
job.
wonder what happens if you, like, don't save them and just let the car blow up.
I doubt you're gonna see charred bodies.
No, but I wonder if there's, like, all of a sudden a lot of boos or, like, oh my god, Spidey. Oh, J. Jonah Jameson calls you out for not saving people?
Yeah, that did happen. Remember when you failed to stop a car chase and the guy on the radio pretty much called JJ Show, and he's like, yeah, Spider-Man just did jack and shit. So,
Hey,
I
it
mean,
wasn't
that
that I
probably
did jack
happened.
shit. I was busy.
yeah, but you still failed to, you still failed to stop that car, and so you get called out for it. And that's what being Spider-Man is all about. No matter what you do, you always get shit on.
They go together like cookies and milk.
Hi.
Come on, fellas. You can't keep ducking income tax like this.
Oh, shit.
Now, if you were zombie Spider-Man, you could just eat their brains and feel guilty about it later. And that is a thing, people. Marvel Zombies. Freaking amazing.
Hey, buddy.
Drugs are maybe my most disliked criminal activity. Definitely top
Oh,
5.
okay, cool.
Or
I did get
bottom
them all,
5,
but only
however
one
that
token.
works.
That sucks.
I'll text Yuri the location. Cops will be here in no time.
By the way, I am not sure when, but I am talking to some friends. And, it's gonna be a fairly difficult task to undertake.
All
But-
units, narcotic sale reported in progress.
Really? Another fucking thing?
Welcome to New York, the city that never sleeps, never gives you a break.
I'm trying to fucking get a backpack here, guys. Come on. I don't even see it. Where is this narcotic cell?
I think it's probably like right nearby. Oh, use
See? Nothing nearby me. Oh well. If they don't want to map it, then I'm not gonna go to it.
Use what's it called? Your Spidey sense or your little like ping, your ping thingy. It should show you where it is. Rotate around. Okay, apparently you swung too far away from it. Okay. Well, you won't be called out for that at least, because you didn't technically go to it and then
Crushed when I
leave
had to
right
fight
after.
Fisk. That kind of symbolizes my luck with relationships.
All units advised, we have an assault reported in progress. Incident is ongoing in the West Village.
An assault?
But he can't protect Spider-Man.
You want to fight? It's a lucky day.
You're weak.
Oh, that was funny. Ow. You gotta be a jackass, guy. You, why do you gotta use a gun? Didn't you guys ever get told that there's, like, strict gun laws in New York?
I've never been to New York, so I have no idea.
There actually are pretty strict gun laws in New York. Okay, yeah, got all of them. Now, what's another thing that we can go to nearby? Let's go get, what's this? Ah, Octavius Industries. Let's go get this backpack that is nearby there. Where? Hey, guy.
Oh, what? It's not fun getting beat up? We'll sit with that for a while.
That's why it didn't clear.
There was that one sneaky asshole left. That one guy that always ruins everything. No, actually, what happens is if you toss an enemy off a building, they are actually webbed to it. So technically, you don't actually kill anyone, unless you like kick them really hard off the building. Then they might die from internal blood loss after, but that's not your fault, technically.
Hey, my Mark
I mean,
I
they shouldn't have committed a crime to begin with.
Managed to improve the storage capacity a lot since then, but the basic design's still the same.
I mean, that's the excuse Batman uses, so why not use it for Spider-Man?
But no, like, I'll actually show you next time, we fight somebody, but I have checked, and yeah, they will either be webbed to the building itself, or they will be, like, floating right out here, in the middle of nowhere, with a bunch of webbing around them. It's really cool. Like, it's nice that they thought about that stuff. Let's go in here. Maybe we have some points that we can get. Also, hello, that one damn dude. Why would you expect better from Peter? At least Bruce never made a deal with the devil. Yeah, Mephistopheles, I will give up my future children and my marriage to MJ so I can bring back my 2,000-year-old Aunt May, who is more than likely happy with Uncle Ben in the afterlife because I'm a selfish little fuck.
Okay, you cannot blame Peter 100% for that. The blame also
I-
goes to Mary Jane because she went through, but she was like, wait a minute, don't disagree yet. Let's talk it out. While Peter at first, he was like, yeah, Satan, you can go shove it up where the sun don't shine. So it was Mary Jane that egged him on.
I will give you that to an extent. Peter still did it. Both of them
But he
are
still-
fucking
yeah.
idiots. I am
But he
so
still did it.
glad. I am
That's
so
why the
glad
blame
MJ
is
is not the same
50-50.
character. To be fair,
No, get off
though,
me, get off me.
it's not the worst thing somebody has done in Marvel Comics.
No, that is true. Like, wow, how many awful things have happened in Marvel Comics? By the way, for those of you wondering, I am currently playing Dying Light, and I just got killed by a volatile zombie, which is basically a super zombie that comes out at night and eats your brains. So, yeah, fun.
I don't know, like, for me, at least off the top of my head right now, thinking about it, I'd have to say the worst thing that has ever happened is something good old Wanda Maximoff did. Those 3 little words fucked up so much.
I think Jean Grey was cloned as well.
Yeah,
I
but
don't know.
that's not like...
I know that everyone's been cloned at least once.
I
Peter's
thought
been
web swinging
cloned a
would let me
billion
get pizzas
times.
delivered fast. And it
Like,
did.
just in the main
Fast
universe
and
alone.
Smashed.
I know Xavier's been cloned, Magneto's been cloned,
You get a clone. You get a clone. You all get a clone.
if I remember right, Cable's technically a, genetic clone baby of, Scott and, Jean. He's not like...
I thought he was a time traveler who was the son of Scott and
he
Jean.
was, but he's not their legit son. He was made by, Mr. Sinister.
Okay, so wait a minute. Cable
I'm
is
wrong,
a
Wes.
synthesized
They might help me
time
glide short
traveling
distances, but they never really
clone
worked.
of
Looked cool,
Scott
though.
Summers and Jean Grey, who came from a future where Apocalypse rules everything, or was that a different future?
It's weird.
It's comic books. That's all you need to know.
Isn't Madam Pyre the clone?
I have no idea.
There's so many fucking weird things. Hey,
There was also some very awful things, like in Avengers 200, that's the one where we learned that Miss Marvel was raped by a freaking extra-dimensional being who basically wanted to come to our Earth by being birthed out of Miss Marvel, who he fucked in his dimension.
Can't believe
And I'll
Shocker's
let
loose
you
again.
just remain shocked at that.
horrible topic.
And by the way, no, for those of you wondering which Miss Marvel, I'm talking about Carol Danvers before she became Captain Marvel.
No, Captain Marvel's a little 12-year-old boy.
No, he's been renamed into Shazam because obviously people won't be confused by the wizard Shazam who gives Billy his powers. Oh, of course not. Oh, they'd never be confused about that, except if you are a fan of comics and you know about this shit, like I do.
I still find it weird that they renamed him Shazam. Like, just for the simple fact that he yells Shazam to turn into Captain Marvel / Shazam now. So, like, I know they don't do it, but every time he talks about himself, I'm expecting him to change back to Billy. When he's like, I'm Shazam. I'm just like, okay, shouldn't you be turning back to Billy now?
I think he has to shout his name in order for that to happen. Like
no,
if he
just has
like
to
if
like...
he shouts his name, because you know whenever he turns into Captain Marvel, he always shouts Shazam. Whereas if he just says, "Hi, I'm Shazam," I don't really think he would turn back into Billy. Though admittedly, it would be hilarious. Like he's just fighting a bad guy, and they're like, "Who are you?" And he'd be like,
Shazam.
"I'm Shazam." Lightning strikes. He turns into Billy. It's like, "Oh shit."
I don't blame them for, like, not going through with fighting Marvel on that.
Yeah, because, I mean, didn't Marvel technically have the name Captain Marvel before DC did?
No,
Like
I think Captain
superhero?
Marvel was, like, Billy Batson Captain Marvel was the first Captain Marvel. But at the same time, it's Marvel Comics. How are you gonna tell Marvel Comics, no, they technically had the rights to Captain Marvel before you did?
Well, okay, maybe if they didn't trademark the name, they just trademarked the character, so Marvel was like, okay, we can still use the name Captain Marvel, it just can't be the exact same kind of character.
While Harry
so
had his internship there.
We did. Though, again, with the name change...
This has always been bad luck for me.
Again, the name change doesn't bother me on one... Like, on the one hand, that, yeah, if you have, like, one Captain Marvel from DC and another Captain Marvel from Marvel running around, it's like, wait a minute, who's who? But I wish they gave Billy a different name than just Shazam.
Well, there was nothing as iconic for it.
Yeah. Originally it was Marvel. Yeah, that is true. It was actually a different spelling. And then they were like, we'll just name him Captain Marvel. Or was it Captain Marvel?
Captain Marvel,
comics.
Miss Marvel. That's how Marvel is spelled. Oh, hey, look.
Hi, Herman.
Seriously? Give it up! You're never gonna catch me!
That's what you said last time.
I don't want to hurt you! You'll just slow me down!
Wow, that's considerate. What's the money for, Herman? Actually, I don't. Just trying to make polite conversation.
But yeah, what other horrible things has Marvel done, especially with Spider-Man's line? Oh, Gwen Stacy. She was. I don't think she was.
Oh no, don't talk about that.
Come on, Herman.
You know
That's
exactly
such
what I'm going
a
to talk about.
horrible fucking story that I am sickened by it. No talking about that. There's only like one story that is even slightly more cringy, which is the one where, like, due to her and Peter having sex and his spunk being radioactive, she gets cancer.
Noted.
Oh no, okay, the one you're referring to is actually Mary Jane. Because he has sex with Mary Jane and his sperm is radioactive. And actually this also happened in the Prime comics as well, I think. But she doesn't die in the Prime comics. She does die in an Elseworld story. I know that much. Gwen Stacy, I don't think has ever had intercourse with Peter.
No. I think there was there was once, but not that it. Nah, since Dan wants to hear about this absolute horrendous story, what happens is they make there be a time where Gwen willingly went and cheated on Peter with Norman Osborn, and then in the middle of their intercourse, not even in the middle of it, like right as he was finishing, he turned into the Green Goblin. You don't know how to jump off a fucking building, Peter? And then she ended up pregnant with twins of his. it was sickening.
Honestly,
A horrible way to
robbing again.
handle
You know the police are watching your every move. I mean, we all
trying
know
to
you're
get
kinda
people to
dumb,
like
but I didn't
MJ
think you were this
more
dumb.
than Gwen Stacy.
You must be desperate.
Because
Which means
even
you're
to
not
this
just
day,
stealing
Gwen
for
is the
yourself.
preferred
You must be working with
relationship for
someone.
Peter.
Or for someone. You can tell me who it is now, or make
Which-
me punch it out of you later.
I don't know why that is, because in the comics, Gwen Stacy didn't really have much to her. She was just the girlfriend. And it wasn't until after her death that's when her character development actually happened.
The reason for it is because MJ isn't how she is in this game for the majority of the time in those comics. Gwen,
No, in the
we
comics,
got to
she was the
see-
party girl, I think.
Yeah, there was no reason for her and Peter to end up together. They had nothing in common other than the fact that she was, sexy girl with red hair. And let's face it, everybody likes a red hair. You
Well,
jackass.
yeah, I mean, I like blonde and redheads, and Gwen is a blonde. And actually, I prefer her as Spider-Gwen. I really, really love her as Spider-Gwen. I really hope they make her Spider-Gwen in the future games. That would be so amazing.
They would have to do the Spideyverse, because I know that I think she's already passed away in this, isn't she?
No, they said that Gwen Stacy has not passed away in this version.
Can't lose him.
Nice. But
Yeah.
the reason people, myself included, say that Gwen Stacy is the better relationship for Peter is due to the fact that they had things in common. It wasn't just some weird thing that made no sense.
Now, I know that in the Spectacular Spider-Man cartoon, they made Gwen into a
Your suit
nerdette.
is awesome. Can we talk design details?
1 second.
Which, again, I like that because, she was
Maybe later.
a nerd like Peter was. And, again, she was a very cool character in that, so... I can definitely see why people would, prefer her over Mary Jane.
Good work, Spider-Man. Did
But
you
again,
learn
that's in the
anything about his
cartoon.
motive?
In the comics, I have
I
no
tried,
idea.
but he's not very talkative. Plus, I think he hates me.
You
But
have
yeah,
that effect on a lot of people.
this game
But
is
you
a
love
step
me,
in the
right,
right
Yuri?
direction
I tolerate
Wow.
to the
That might
actual
be the nicest thing you've ever
decent
said to me.
Peter-Mary Jane relationship. Having
Yeah,
them
it's
with
where you
something
got...
that they can connect over.
Looks like I got some free time. Maybe now's a
Yeah,
good time
and
to look into that
basically,
mask.
in this,
Oh, it's MJ.
in this game, Mary Jane has known that Spider-Man
You're
is
up late.
Peter
Just catching up on the
for...
news. Looks like you
Shoot,
had
I
quite
think
an adventure
when
with
Peter
Shocker
was in
today.
high school, I
Yeah,
think.
he was unusually combative.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks again for dinner.
So, yeah,
What do
it's
I owe you?
actually
How about a
really,
favor?
really damn
You still have that
interesting.
mask from the gallery?
Yeah.
But
I'm
it's
actually
also
on my way
a
to the
strain on
Pizza
their
Center now to ask
relationship as
Martin Lee
well.
about it.
Like, I think
Martin
Peter and
Lee?
MJ have
Why?
broken up
He
multiple
has a degree in art
times.
history. If anyone knows
Like, at
about the
least,
origins
I
of
know
that
at least
mask,
once or
he
twice
will.
they've broken up
Just keep me in the loop.
over
Like I
that. So.
said, I think there's a bigger story here.
I-
and I be the one to break it.
That's like
sure.
shipping
So I can call you,
Batman
like,
and Catwoman
whenever?
for me.
Yeah. Whenever,
It
whatever.
doesn't make sense. It's there to be
So I
that
guess we're talking
whole...
again.
There's
Cool.
that attraction between them, but there's no way in hell would it ever work out.
It almost did. Remember the marriage between Batman and Catwoman? How it almost happened?
See, that's because DC did something that was surprising.
Folks,
With
I have to
3
once
of the
again
Batman villains
defend myself against the spurious
being
claims from
no,
McDonald's
actually 4. Catwoman,
Gargan,
Harley
aka
Quinn, Poison
the
Ivy,
Scorpion.
and Clayface.
As I fully disclosed, I bankrolled the
You know what that
experiment
was that they
gave
did
me
that
superior
was
strength,
really surprising to see them do
and
with
that
all 4 of
unsightly
those
cyborg
villains.
tail. The idea was to create an
They
anti-Spider-Man
gave them
who is
character
not
development?
a threat
Yeah, by having them join the Bat family.
Crazy? Do you think his resume said psycho?
Wait,
with a
Poison Ivy joined the
fetish?
Bat family?
His lawsuit
Yeah.
is a transparent attempt to reduce
What?
his sentence at the raft. By
I don't know
placing the
how
blame
long
for
she was
his
part of it,
deeds
but
on
she
me.
was
And
part of the
that
Bat
is
family
one
along with
package
Harley
Jerry
and
Jonah Jameson
Catwoman and Clayface.
refuses.
I don't care what you have to say, JJ.
Okay, which Clayface joined the Bat family? Because I know there's been at least a couple people that became Clayface.
I cannot remember which one, but I know one of them did.
If one of them was like a police sergeant, I can probably see that.
No, it was one of the ones that was a villain.
Well, the police. Well, okay, in the cartoon The Batman, the first Clayface was actually a police sergeant who believed that Batman was doing good.
Infamous dumpling recipe.
But because the Joker
Should've come
kidnapped
with
him
step 10. Try
and
not to
pretty
burn
much
everything in
like
MJ's apartment.
tormented him, he started to go all crazy. And I think it was Joker also infected him with the thing that turns him into Clayface, and so he became a tragic villain. Before he was replaced by, it wasn't Matt Gargan. It was someone else.
What is this one? Concussive Blast, okay. I couldn't read it.
Yeah, the actor dude. I forgot his name. Shoot, it was like Matt or something. Was it Matt? I don't know. Brain fart. Can't remember.
Ow, do the hand thing.
Whoops.
I don't think it was Basil. I don't know.
Good shot.
Shouldn't you be swinging or something? Keep fighting the good fight, man.
Matt Hagen. Yes, thank you, magician. Matt Hagen. He was the actor who became Clayface.
Incident was reported near Trinity.
Now, how he became Clayface in the comics, I don't know.
One for the
But
kids?
in the animated series, he was in debt to who was he in debt to? He was in debt to this mobster. It wasn't a mobster. It was like a why am I forgetting about this? Crucial trivia. Why? Why, brain? Why now? Why? But anyway, yeah, he was also Clayface. Actually, I think maybe there was like 3 or 4 people that became Clayface in the comics.
Easiest way to find out is look up who the current members of the Bat family are.
All units, we have a vehicle chase in progress. Report came in from Tribeca.
Well, I would, but I'm busy watching your gameplay here. Hagen was a treasure hunter? But that probably wasn't the comic, because all I remember is from the animated shows. I admit, I'm not that knowledgeable of what happened in the comics themselves. That's probably because the comics are way older than I am, and I have not read every issue that ever came out. I fully admit that.
God damn, that's a huge fucking family.
Of the Bat family? Yeah. And which, okay, the reason 8 freaking Clayface, Jesus Christ, they couldn't have let him die. They just had to keep adding it on. And here's what I don't get with the marriage between Batman and Catwoman was the main reason why Catwoman called it off.
Gotta stomp that out.
Ethan Bennett, okay, yeah, he was the he was either a sergeant or a detective. I know he was one of
You
those.
guys are like little kingpins in training.
But okay, so from what I know, in the comics, the reason why Catwoman pretty much called it off with Bruce, because again, Bruce really wanted to marry Selena Kyle. They both knew each other's secret identities. But the reason why Catwoman called it off was because she was told that the only way that Batman can protect Gotham is if he was miserable. And I'd like to say that is complete and utter horseshit.
Half and half.
Well, okay, here's the thing. Batman has a huge supporting cast. Huge. The Bat family is how big?
When I started, I'd web up the crooks and leave
He's
cops a
got
note.
a lot of people watching
Now
his
it's all
back.
texts. So
Okay.
impersonal.
Okay, I'm gonna pause it
And
real
so-
quick. Let me read this. Post-Flashpoint, Batman, Orphan, Gotham Girl, Batgirl, Batgirl/Oracle, Alfred, Julia.
Yeah, which Batgirl? There was like three of them.
Okay, Bruce
There was
Wayne,
Barbara
Cassandra
Gordon, there was-
Kane, Claire Clover, Barbara Gordon, Alfred Pennyworth, Julia Pennyworth, Duke Thomas, Damian Wayne. That's post-Flashpoint. Formerly, Stephanie Brown is retired. Henry Hank Clover Jr. deceased. Oh, wow. Tim Drake retired. Dick Grayson lost his memories after getting shot in the head by KG Beast. Ouch. Batwing, Luke Fox left the group. Cat Kane, Batwoman left the group. Okay, Basil Carlo is the Clayface. He retired after faking his own death. Selena Kyle, Catwoman left the group. Harper Row, Bluebird retired. Jason Todd was expelled. Go figure.
Gee, I wonder why.
Jean Paul Valley, Azrael left the group. David Batwing left the group. What about Harley Quinn and stuff? Post-Crisis, there's Huntress. Where's the one with Harley Quinn and stuff?
Maybe that wasn't in the Prime comics. Like, maybe that wasn't in the main storyline. I don't know.
Don't know either.
Because I mean, Harley Quinn is part of the Suicide Squad, isn't she?
Off and
who's-
on. Hello, Sebastian.
who's this?
Everyone. I am
Oh,
not
hello
sure if y'all can hear him, but that is my roommate and one of my best friends, Sebastian, otherwise known as Fate, or Divided Fate, or Jacob. Though, if you call him Jacob, you might want to have some bacon ready.
Officers needed south of Houston.
Well, I'm all out of bacon, so I'll just stick
Hey,
with
an old-fashioned
Sebastian.
B&E. Gotta love the classics. Man, Fisk goes away and suddenly it's amateur hour.
That's gonna leave a mark.
Just beating up some
Not too
people on
bad.
a roof.
Your mic is pretty low. I can't hear you all that well.
You ain't so tough.
Oh, okay, yeah, the cheap ones, yeah.
Come on, guys, we're better than this. Back on him good.
But yeah, we were just talking about comics and how confusing they are, and how Batman has a humongous Bat family. Even if those people are no longer part of it, they are still part of it in some way.
Pro tip. If you're not good at breaking or entering, maybe don't pull a B&E.
Yep.
Yeah.
Used these
New
electrician's
item.
gloves in my first fight with Electro. Gave me the idea to add insulation to my
Yeah,
costume.
and that's why in one comic
saved my
Batman is a
bacon more
decent
than
human
once.
being, and another he's a gigantic prick. So.
I think DC Comics, though, has done a lot worse in terms of really bad decisions than Marvel has. And I'm talking before New 52. Before anybody's like, well, duh, they did New 52, man, come on.
I think both companies have done some bad things to their characters.
Well, yeah, I mean, you remember when Captain America was a secret Hydra agent?
How could I forget? How could I forget? That was like a huge thing on the internet for a long while. Like that one panel of Cap just saying "Hail Hydra." Oh God.
You remember how many people got really worried about Chris Evans, like
Drug
his
trade's
Captain
gotten more
America
aggressive
suddenly
post
turning
Fisk.
into
Gotta
a
start
Hydra
that.
agent and all that?
Gotta be honest, not a fan of Big Pharma.
Oh yeah, like I said, it was
Especially
all
back
over.
alley Big
But
Pharma.
I think it was safe to say that Marvel Studios would not do such a thing, especially since that was a ongoing storyline, and I think they only adapt storylines for the movies that are completed, and even then they change up stuff from the comics all the time. So. Yeah, everyone. Like even if you've never read the comics or had no interest in it, you knew what was going on then.
Oh, hi.
But in terms of DC fucking up, anyone remember Cry for Justice? That god-awful series. Like that god-awful miniseries that ran for, what was it, 6 issues?
Anybody
it
remember
basically
the Killing
had...
Joke?
Fisk did keep these wannabe pushers in check.
Well, The Killing Joke was
Hey,
good.
what's that feeling? You
It was a good story.
No. I'm sorry, any story that results in you questioning if Barbara was raped or her father was raped by the Joker, it's not a good story.
I don't really think the Joker would go that far. I mean, he's insane. Yes, the Joker would do some pretty dark shit, but
I am
he
100%
doesn't go
sure
that
the
far.
Joker would go that far. After all, look at his relationship with Harley Quinn.
But that's an abusive relationship, though. I don't think he would actually rape Harley Quinn. Especially since Harley is such in love with the Joker anyways.
Wasn't me. I mean, what towers?
That,
I don't mind.
yeah,
In
that,
fact,
you
I
know,
need
he
your
wouldn't
help.
have to force her.
I think someone's jamming the system, and they must be using multiple jammers to cover the full frequency range. Could you take a look? If you help, I promise I won't tell anyone you're hacking us.
I prefer to call it sharing, but sure. Jammers emit a signal I
I
can
like
detect.
that. I prefer to call it
Just need to
sharing.
swing through the financial district and hunt for a signal.
Yeah,
Found
the
a
Killing
signal.
Joke was
Just need
just...
to follow it.
It wasn't a bad thought, but then again, you know, you can say that about
The
a lot
closer
of
I am to the
different
jammer, the stronger the signal gets.
series. Like, for instance, New 52 wasn't a bad thought. You know, the initial idea behind it isn't bad at all. It's how they went about doing it that turned out pretty poorly.
Fisk's men. This is my shot.
Yeah, the execution of some of these stories is just bad. Like I said, Cry for Justice, they wanted to do this weird thing where it's like, oh, these heroes are going to go out there and actually stop crimes before they happen. Not like in Minority Report, though. They don't have that kind of technology for some stupid reason.
Back him down! Take him down before he knocks us all out.
and that is actually one of the stories
Gotta take
for
out the jamming device.
Marvel Comics in a different setting too.
That jammer's still messing up police communications.
Whether or not stopping crimes before they happen should be allowed. There
Job's not done until that jam. Shoddy workmanship.
Yeah, but with Marvel, I think they know what they're doing. Because with Marvel,
No. It was a horribly
Took out a
received
jamming device. Not do
story.
anything?
No.
Oh,
Especially
shit, really?
with how they,
There's
yeah.
probably a bunch of them.
It
Makes
was.
sense.
You
I'll track
want to know
it
what the
down.
story was called?
I wonder if Fisk's
I
man
have
had
a
anything
feeling
to do
I-
with the system
And
going
I
it's
have a
gonna-
feeling I know the name of it. What was it called, though?
I'm hoping that it ends up becoming a movie because it'd be fucking hilarious to me. Civil War 2.
Aw.
Oh,
Jamming
fuck!
party and didn't invite
Okay, yeah. Fuck! Yep, I'm familiar. I'm fucking familiar with it. God!
I feel like I
Damn
just
it!
shot your dog almost.
Literally didn't see that coming.
Open fire!
Now, if you did shoot my dog, though, you would know, because I would have been, like, running down to California and strangling you. But, okay, Civil War II, for those of you that don't know, is about Iron Man and Captain Marvel disagreeing on how to use this kid who has the ability to see into the future. Now, Iron Man
Just need to get rid of the jammer.
is saying that, that the future isn't always written
Sometimes
in
breaking
stone.
stuff is the
Everything
answer.
that this kid
It's
sees
fun, too.
probably won't happen. And so, if you
Spider-Man,
lock
it's
somebody
working.
up
I'm starting to get a weak signal.
who might commit a
Garbo, I
crime
picked up something about Fisk and
just
outfit.
because of a vision, well,
was the kingpin
they're
of crime.
probably innocent
But he
because
didn't
they were
deal in
probably just
knockoff
thinking
fashion.
about it, but they
The
wouldn't
sooner
go
the
ahead with
system
it
is
anyway.
fixed, the sooner we know what they're planning.
And Captain Marvel's like, no, we have to arrest them, we have to go with this kid's
Only one
visions all the
jammer left.
time.
There's
Damn
still
the
a few
consequences.
rooftops I haven't tried. Gotta look for something out of the ordinary.
And it also has a panel of Miles Morales over the body of Captain America. Yep.
Found you.
Can
Now,
understand why
Captain
it
America
wasn't so
doesn't
well.
die, this was just a vision.
I see him! You don't mess with the kingpin and live.
Yeah. Oh, and in the end, it has the kid turning into some sort of god or comes the universe or something, and Carl Danvers is. So yeah, they completely screwed up Captain Marvel.
They're starting to break up a little bit.
Keep him on the ground! Come on, guys! Let's finish this!
No, I think Xavier.
Yeah, like,
I think Xavier was on
I mean,
Marvel's
what-
side.
in a situation like that,
Now I just
yeah,
need
I
to
would
wreck the
definitely
jammer.
side with Iron Man, which is funny because in Civil War 1, it was all about the freaking
Okay, that's the
Registration
last of 'em.
Act.
The system should
Hey,
be
I
back
still
online.
side with
Yeah,
Iron Man
and how
on that.
superheroes should register with the government or they're going to get arrested.
Working again.
Great.
Again, I still
Any more
side with
info
Iron Man
Fisk's
on
men or
that.
those outfits?
No, but the system's reporting unauthorized
On
activity
a
down by
base
the docks.
level,
I'm sending
it
coordinates now.
okay.
I'll check it
I
out.
think he got DC'd.
Gotta get to the docks before they escape.
But yeah, it wasn't just registration that. Welcome back. No, I actually agreed with Iron Man. I mean, I don't agree with everything that they did, but I do agree with Iron Man
firepower for a small
and
army.
registration.
Whatever they're planning to do with those, it's nothing good. Gotta find out what those guns are for. how much these IDs cost, it better.
Okay, there we go. My voice should be coming through now.
Someone's in for a
Sweet dreams.
Yeah, it should be coming through now. Hopefully it doesn't kick me out again because of the network. God damn it. Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that.
I think maybe you should, like, leave it and then come back in for a moment. Because it's being all like, Dome arigato, Mr. Roboto.
Anybody hear that?
Ready night.
Yeah, alright, so I'm gonna leave the party and I'm gonna come back in. Hopefully that will fix things. But if not, then I don't know. So I will be right back. Hopefully.
Yes.
Hey.
Now I got it.
Is it Power Rangers game?
Testing.
Better see what
Welcome back.
Yeah, apparently there's a new Power Rangers game. I have not seen what it looks like, so I don't know.
Now maybe I
I
can
don't
figure
know
out
if
what's
it's any
going
good or
on.
not. So crackly. Ah! Son of a.
Still cracking up for me.
Guns, prison guard uniforms, and
God
spoofed ID
damn it.
cards. They were planning to bust Fisk out of the
Right
raft.
there you didn't, but who knows?
I don't know. I don't know if it's my internet or if PlayStation's just being a dick. Or maybe Marvel is or maybe Marvel is actually doing something because they don't like what I said about Civil War 2.
No, I'm pretty sure they agree with you on the whole Civil War 2 aspect. I still hope that they do that as a movie, though, just because I think it'd be absolutely hilarious. Because you know it would end up being the Captain Marvel movie, so I think it'd be funny that, you know, we had Captain America Civil
Looks
War,
like New
and
York's
then,
finest
you
have
know,
it from here.
Captain Marvel Civil War 2.
Thanks for restoring the system, Spider-Man.
Oh, I think they would do a better job in the movies than they did in the comics. I mean, look at what they did for Captain America Civil War.
Now, if you
That movie
excuse
was
me, I have to
awesome.
delete my selfies from the
At
crime
least
system.
I think it was awesome.
It also didn't have the problem of Civil War touched some really sensitive tones. Like, the way Civil War starts in the comics is a B-list hero team called the New Warriors has a reality show about them crime fighting. They end up running into a hideout with a bunch of basically A-list villains, people that you want Captain America, you want Iron Man around to take on. And for some odd reason,
I think there was only one A-list villain there. Was
no,
his
there
name
was a
Nitro,
couple.
I think?
Nitro was the big house one. Nitro was the one that really caused it all. But there was more than just Nitro there. I think there was 2 or 3 of them.
Huh. 'Cause all I remember is Nitro, and that when he was running, one of the team was chasing after him. She had him cornered, and that's when Nitro pretty much blew himself up
Folks, you've heard.
You're in
right near a school.
No, it
And that
wasn't.
killed.
I've seen the comic strip myself. Namora ends up pinning Nitro up against a school bus.
Oh, okay, yeah. I also did see the comic strip, and I played Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2, which basically takes that storyline and adapts it, but does it a little differently. But the catalyst remains the same.
Yeah.
But in the movie, it still kind of follows that, but not
It
to
doesn't
that same
have
extent.
64 children die.
No, but it was still... There were still some innocent people that got killed. But that was because, again, it wasn't entirely Wanda's fault. She just, she had to make a quick decision, and that decision did end up killing some people. But if she didn't do that,
Hope crime
well,
declined post-Fisk.
many more people on the ground would have been killed, including some of the Avengers team. So, either way, you were kind of in a fucked up situation.
Yeah, but like, due to all those kids dying, the president decided to call for registration, and a lot of the reason why people didn't like it is some of the X-Men joined Tony. Like, the X-Men as a group abstained and did not join either side, which I think was fucked up.
Well, yeah, because, well, they didn't want to go through what they had to go through with the Mutant Registration Act and the Sentinels and all that crap. But basically, with the Mutant Registration Act and the Superhuman thing, it was called something else, it's entirely different things, because with the Mutant Registration Act, it's like, oh, you're a mutant? Well, you gotta sign here if you want to live.
Oh, come on,
The Superhuman Registration Act is like, yeah, you want to use your superpowers? Register here. And I do agree with, like, the training and the benefits and whatnot, but... I mean, seriously, if you don't want to register, then you really shouldn't have to. You just don't get the benefits, and if you commit a crime, well, guess what, Buster? You are registered now. So...
I called you guys a ride. It'll be the one with the flashing red.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, Captain America is technically a vigilante.
No,
It's just he's
actually,
freaking Captain America.
Captain America was never technically committing vigilantism, because outside of a lot of the stuff that he does, he is a U.S. soldier. He is a officer of the law still. I would go to... Let's go get this.
Well, I
one
mean, let's
crime
look at the
token.
Avengers. Look at the Avengers. Would they technically be counted as vigilantes, or would they be like public servants? Big-ass mansion or a tower, whichever one, or both.
People could be
Yeah, they are Wait, are they recognized by the law? I don't think they're recognized by the law, but like they're pretty much public figures at this point.
Depends on who's writing it. They're recognized by the law, but most of the time they're not.
Pedestrian people are still trapped. Need to help fast.
So, I mean, with the Registration Act, yeah, it would have made their vigilantism pretty much legal. Except they wouldn't be vigilantes, they would basically be officers.
Everyone's safe. I should let fire and rescue do their jobs.
Yeah, but if you didn't want to register, well, you shouldn't have been sent to the freaking, what is it, the negative zone?
The rift.
Yeah, the raft that was in another dimension that would make you go all depressed and insane, and it's like, what the fuck? Like, Tony and Reed Richards decided, yeah, this is one of the best options.
With what
Which
they were
is
doing,
clearly
it was.
not. Well, not when you consider the effects that that place has on any person.
Let's go to this landmark. Because there is not enough time left in the stream to, like, go to that mission.
Nearest officer, please respond. Officers needed in East Village.
Yeah, both Tony and Reed.
New York's
Actually,
noisy,
it was
but my mask
Reed
can zero in on
Richards,
muffled sounds.
Hank Pym,
The
I
kind
think,
of title
also
kidnapped victim might make.
helped to come up with it.
There was a kidnapping, guys.
You're kind of scaring me.
And so,
Earpiece picked up
I mean,
cries
they
for help
decided, they were
close
like,
by.
yeah, we're gonna send these
Hold on,
heroes to this place that would hold, you know, that will hold
hurt me!
pretty much the most dangerous people. I mean, again, I want to say I understand it if we're talking like they're locking up just the really dangerous villains. Like Dr. freaking Doom? Okay, maybe. But Daredevil? The dude just has enhanced senses and reflexes. He's not gonna fucking bust out of his damn prison.
I
And hell, he's
love
probably
how
not gonna try
Daredevil
and bust
handled it.
out anyway.
I'm gonna tell everybody you're
Like, I don't know if people saw,
Kinda weird
but
anyone's
this
still
this was like the
kidnapped from
one
the
thing I
digital
didn't
era.
like about the movie
Seems like there'd be
was that we had
cybernapping or
no
something.
Daredevil for this scene. Like, you remember when they take Daredevil to the raft, like, after they arrest him in the comics? Tony's there to meet him and stuff and is apologizing to Matt, and he asked the guards, like, if he had anything on him, and they're like, no, just this silver dollar under his tongue. And Tony's like, what was this for? And Daredevil's response is, I guess that's 32 pieces of silver for you, Judas. Like, oh, the burn.
Yeah, that was a very good
Could
line.
use some of his wisdom right about now.
But again, the question remains, why are you locking up Daredevil in the maximum security prison? One, he's not even that powerful. He's not gonna try and bust out. Yeah, and number two, I don't think he's gonna try and bust out of
My
any
injured
like
shoulder
regular
eventually
jail
healed.
anyways.
The bill took a lot longer to pay.
Like, he's only staying there till a trial, and it's like, okay, so Matt's a fucking lawyer. He's not going to be an idiot and try and bust out. And again, back to the writers thing as well, with Tony.
Reports are coming from the lower
You know, some writers have Tony say, no, they're only in the raft until the day of the trial. And then in other comics, the writers have Tony go and say, no, all these assholes who haven't
Street,
registered,
the
they're
main
staying in
street
the
of
raft
Chinatown.
forever.
Touristy, but fun.
Never coming out, no parole, nothing. Who can... Daredevil? I could probably see Daredevil
Better be
being
more
able to
careful
talk
with
his
my
way out of
adoring
it.
public.
Yeah.
Perfect.
There's the Manhattan Bridge. So there are the 4 landmarks in this area.
I mean, that... It had interesting
Get ready,
ideas,
folks.
but the
because this
execution
is
of
a
it just
bombshell.
didn't
We have on
work.
the line a lady whose husband was kidnapped by Spider-Man.
What? No, you've got it all wrong. My
And it
husband was
didn't
kidnapped
help
by criminals
either that,
who shoved
you
him
know,
into
with the
trunk of a
Registration
car.
Act,
Spider-Man
there
found
was,
him and got
like,
him
there
out.
was nothing in there
Arrested the criminal
defining
when they came
what
back.
it exactly was.
Pardon me, ma'am, I didn't hear that last part over my intern's utter incompetence.
Like, if you
realize,
are
of course,
going
that
to
it's
put
possible
in a
Spider-Man
new
arranged the
law
kidnapping so
in
he
a
could save
comic,
your
you
husband
should
and grab
put
all
that
the glory?
law on
That
paper.
seems like a lot of trouble to go to when he could just stop.
Like,
actual
I don't
crime.
care if it's a fictional
It's clear we are
universe.
at an impasse. My best
You
to
came up
and
with
your
it.
husband, madam, Jared. Doing a commercial.
You know,
Then
don't make it
fire
all
yourself.
vague just because
Then
you couldn't
rehire yourself before
figure
the
out what it
commercial
could
ends. But
do
no,
or
your job
what the
ends
limits
by a
were or
friend.
anything
If
like
I
that.
paid you, I'd cut your salary in half.
You know, especially when one of your freaking heroes is a lawyer. But which one was worse? Civil War 1 or 2?
I'd have to say 1.
That's what I want to know. You think the first one was worse?
I think the first one had a lot better potential, and the second one was just a fail from the get-go, and that's what makes the first one worse in my eyes. Mainly because there was so much nice story they could have done with it, but instead they wasted it on Hank Pym having a drug problem,
I wonder what Mr. Lee might know about
cloning
this
of Thor,
Oh yeah, that's another thing Tony did. And when Thor came back and found out what Tony did, I don't think I've seen the image, like I don't think I've seen the panel where that happens, but I can just imagine that Tony is grateful that he was not fucking thunderbolted.
I don't think it was Tony who did the cloning, though. If I remember right, it was Hank.
What? Oh wait, no, wait. Was it a clone or was it like an android? Was it a life model decoy of Thor?
I cannot recall.
It was a robot. Okay, definitely Tony. It was either Tony or Hank or both. I can see both doing that.
Here's your stuff. That's just.
But yeah, that the first Civil War did have a lot of potential. And the only reason the second one was made was because, well, the movie was coming out, so Marvel had to cash in. They were like, hey, you know, we got a Civil War movie coming out. Let's have a storyline. You know, let's have another Civil War storyline. They're like, okay, what do we do with it? Who haven't we used yet? Who haven't we fucked up so bad?
Come on, I'm hitting circle, you stupid game. That is not what I wanted to do. Oh, that's why it ended up webbing him.
So that's it, huh? I've had worse commutes.
There we go.
I just hope Marvel never tries a Civil War 3. I don't care about the saying the third time's the charm. Just no. I don't see how a third Civil War could happen. Like, at all.
If they ever touch the Civil War storyline again, they would need to do it in the new MC-verse or whatever, like the first one, not the third one.
What, you mean like remaking the first Civil War storyline?
Okay, I'm gonna save this real quick. And we can talk about this more in a little bit. But it is 5 minutes past, so I am going to call it here. I will be back in an hour for the second hour of the Spider-Man night. Until then, I hope everyone's having a good day, and I will see you all later. Thank you all for joining.
And I will definitely be here in an hour for more ranting and more forgetting about trivias and questionnaires. So stay tuned for that.
Alright, later guys.